Gotta tune it up. Yeah, just got it, but hello YouTube world. It's Kirkpatrick. Thanks for stopping by. I got a phone call today from a buddy of mine, Otis Stephens, and I've done a couple of videos on him. You know, he's the one that fell in the fire and this and that. Otis is 75, and he calls me once a month because I got his information. He wants me to go online and pay his car insurance. So, yep, always on the 24th, 25th, he's going to call me. So I go online, pay his car insurance for him. And I got to think about Otis. I said, you know, excuse me, I got the froggy in my throat tonight. I may have to swallow some apple juice or something. But, I thought, you know, I need to tell a story about Otis for, you know, he passes on, and, you know, you tend to forget sometimes people, but you won't never forget Otis if you've ever met him. So let me kind of paint the picture for you here of Otis Stephens, present day, and then we'll go back and start out on his life story. So hold on to your seat, boys. This is a good one. Otis today, you know, he wears overalls, and he's got one of them big old white beards and white hair, and wears a ball cap, you know, all the time. He keeps his money and his chewing tobacco in his overalls in that front pocket. One thing he keeps in his pants is the keys and a little short iron. But anyhow, Otis has had a rough life. But I've never seen anybody no more happier than he is right now. And it's all got to do, I guess, with how you grow up, how you value things. Otis growing up poor. His daddy was worked for the road department driving a bulldozer, and his mama was a homemaker, and she got crippled and was in a wheelchair most of her life. But Otis always kids about going to grade school. And Otis has got a 4th grade education. That's all he's got. So he can't read, he can't write, and sure can't get on a computer to pay no bills or anything like that. Otis spent 3 years in 1st grade, 3 years in 2nd grade, 2 years in 3rd grade. That lady wised up real quick. Figures, you know, better pass him on up and get rid of his, get rid of that boy. And in 4th grade, you know, he got into 4th grade, and they called his parents and said, y'all need to come to school. We got to talk about Otis. And, you know, in 4th grade, still can't read or write. Run his mouth all the time. That's Otis. And, of course, he's, you know, getting on up there in puberty. He had him a mustache and sideburns. That was the thing back in them days, you know. Looked like Elvis. And they said, you know, your son, we can't help him. It's okay if you don't come back to school. You know, we'll call a truant officer. They had truant officers back then. They will call a truant officer, and you know, let him know that Otis can, you know, go help your mama since she's in a wheelchair and do things on the farm. Okay, yeah, I could use that boy around the house. So, you know, as far as Otis ever got in school was 4th grade. And basically, he helped his daddy out on the farm for probably about a half year. And, you know, daddy couldn't pay him no money, but he could feed him. So he went on wanted some finer things in life, so he started getting him some jobs. And One of the first jobs he had was at a putt-putt golf course. Yeah. He ran it. You know, it was open, I think, Tuesdays through Saturdays during the spring and summer months around here anyhow. So he's the guy, you know, you go pay your $1 or $2 and get your club and your orange, green, purple, red, whatever color ball you're going to get. Yeah, he done that. And then he got a job at the campus theater downtown. That's, yeah, it's an old theater down. It's still, they preserved it. It's cool. Anyway, yeah, he's got a job as a projection man. You know, running them films 7 days a week. Sometimes in the matinees and sometimes just in the evening. On the weekend, all weekend. And we'll be there 16 hours. Back in them days, you know, you load the reel of film on the projector and you started it up. Most of the time they had 2 projectors, and you would start out with a smaller projector and it, you know, welcome you to the theater while you got the big projector ready and tell you about the popcorn and all that, and then it'd go off and they'd throw on the big projector and, you know, show a movie. And then, you know, halfway through the movie, you know, you talk about them little white dots pop up on the film. That you knew it was time to change. Coming up pretty quick. And so they'd, you know, flip on the other projector and they start showing either cartoons or some local commercials while he changed out the reel on the big old projector. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, and then also we had a teen club out near the lake there, near the country club, where, you know, people had a little money left, and they had a teen club out there for the teens. And some of the teens would, you know, do their own thing and play, you know, play music and all that kind of junk. And, of course, they served hot dogs and hamburgers, and wouldn't nobody want to play that weekend. You know, they had the jukebox going, and, you know, as a teenager, you can go meet a girl and do a dance or whatever. You know, it's good, easy Christian way to get to know the opposite sex and a controlled environment, chaperones, you know. And, well, he was the cook there, you know, and he cooked hot dogs and hamburgers. And, yeah. But the best job he ever told me about he had was being a soda jerk. Yeah. We had a Culver Kid drugstore downtown on the corner there. Culver Kid was also a state senator here for years. Anyway, he had a drugstore. And he had the full blown fountain, you know, where you sit down and order a malt, or you order a float, or you just order a glass of milk, cup of coffee, and make, you know, do a couple greasy hamburgers back there. But most people came in for the, you know, the fountain drinks, you know, Coca-Cola off the tap. Man, it was nothing like a fresh Coke. And so he did that for a long time. But that boy had been into more stuff than any man I ever seen. He was telling me about a story there. Of course, you know, he done got some jobs and he got him a car, letting the sideburns grow out, and, you know, beard, and then went to Fu Manchu thing. And him and his brother, he had a brother older than him. His brother would be my age if he was still living. But him and his brother, they rode up the road here about 40 miles to a quaint town called Madison, Georgia. Beautiful town. Antique dealers and all kind of just cool stuff up there. Really nothing to do, but cool little place to live. Bring up a family. Anyhow, they went up there and met these 2 girls at one of them barn dance things. You know, they used to have barn dances back in them days. And anyhow, they was on the way back home and it started to get foggy. And Otis was in a 63 Pontiac Catalina. They driving along down there, the old 212 highway, and it's up and down hills, pine forest everywhere. It wasn't nothing back in them days. There ain't nothing through there. I mean, you go 10 miles. Won't see a car, won't see a house, won't see a light. Nothing but pine forest on either side of you. Well, anyway, they all of a sudden, dang, boom. Gosh darn. Pulls off the side of the road. And brother's over there, what the heck just happened? I hit a deer. You did? Yeah. Ah, dang. He said, one of the headlights just blowed out too. Oh, God. Hang on, got out. Went around there, looked at front, you know. He clipped the deer on one side, it blew the headlight out. Threw some metal and glass everywhere. Car still runnable, you know, wasn't no problem, radiator wasn't hissing. And he looks down there and there's a deer hung up in the fence. Still alive. He hollered at his brother, hey, I found the deer. Yeah. Well, let's get him. He said, he ain't dead. He ain't dead. No, he ain't dead. Well, get something out of the trunk, you know, tire or something. And so Roger, he just looked down the floorboard and picked up a half gallon of Lord Calvert glass bottle. It was empty. So he walks on down there and says, here, hit him with this, Otis. So Otis took the Lord Calvert bottle, hit him about 3 times, and knocked him out. So it took him about 30 minutes to get him untangled from that dang fence he done got into. Anyway, they got him, went back there and was getting ready to throw him in the trunk. Here comes the law. Lights on, pulls off the side of the road. Guy gets out and said, what y'all boys doing? He said, we were over this deer. He hit him. He said, all right, we're going to take him home, skin him out. The deputy said, yeah. Look, you know, he walked on around in front of the car and looked. He seen the damage and the deer hide and a little bit of blood. So, come on back and said, all right, boys, yeah, y'all go ahead and clean this mess up. Y'all get on out here. He's just making sure they wasn't poaching or something, you know. So they throw that old deer in the trunk, headed home. Got to Otis's house where he's living with his daddy. They went to his daddy's house, mainly because he had one of them A-frame, y'all seen them all throughout the South. Every redneck got one. Big old A-frame horse, you know, made out of 2x4s, sitting up about 9 foot in the air. One of them chain horses on it. So you can pull a transmission or a motor out of a truck. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, so they went there and, you know, pulled up, you know, back that Catalina up there in the old trunk. Went down, you know, trying to figure out how to hang him on that hook. And Daddy come out there and said, what y'all boys doing, man? Y'all look awful tight tonight. He said, yeah, Daddy, we had a deer. Oh, okay, good. We got some meat. Yeah. So Otis's brother kind of fiddled and messed around there trying to hang that thing up. And Daddy said, hey, I got this. Y'all get out the way. So Daddy went in the barn and grabbed one of them trees. You know what I'm talking about, butcher's tree. Hooked it up, jerked the old deer up. He went to clean him, skinned him. And I said, oh, dang, Otis, that's pretty nice. He said, yeah. He said, I guess it was. So what are you talking about? He said, well, last thing I remember, me and Roger laid down by this light pole over there. You know, he had one of them outdoor lights right there at it, so he could work out there. 2 of them, really. One of them was blowed, though. We could work on motors and stuff at night. And we just both leaned up against one of them poles. Next thing I remember, it was morning. Sun was shining, and the deer was gone. And I had to wake my brother Roger up. Said, y'all daddy left y'all out there all night long? I said, yeah, he did. I said, well, what about the deer? He said, I had daddy where the deer meat went. And he said, I don't know, son, it's all gone. He said, okay, I figured this one out. Otis is great. Otis his name is James Otis Stephens. We call him Sir Otis Stephens. But anyway, his great-great-great-granddaddy was Alexander H. Stephens, who was the vice president of the Confederacy during the Southern War of Aggression, or whatever. Yeah, what to call it. Yeah, so he's got some heritage there and some links there. Anyway, Otis, he worked at woolen mill here for as security. They hired him in the plant, and then he was pushing yarn and fluffed up wool here and there, doing manual labor. Then a job come up on security, and he applied for it, and they gave it to him. Because he had a gun toting permit. Couldn't read or write, but he had a gun toting permit. That's the way it is here in the South. Anyhow, so he got on security. He worked security out there at that mill, and I was 18 years at that mill. Anyhow, when all that closed and ended up, Otis was about getting close to retirement age. He did a few odd jobs here and there working for himself. Some plumbing and a little electrical work and what have you. And he was living in a trailer that his stepson had bought but died. So he took over the payments on it, little single wide trailer. Anyhow, when he finally retired, he didn't have the money to make that payment and live. And let one of his sons move in there, grandsons, excuse me. And they messed over him, so he lost his trailer and called me one day and said, "Man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm going to stay over at my step-granddaughter's house." Yeah, I think it was tonight, but, and I said, "Man, I don't know, Anyway, try to get this thing shortened up a little bit. Otis bought him one of them utility buildings you put out in your backyard to keep your lawnmowers in and your junk, And he put him a bed in it, did all that, and put it at his step-granddaughter's house for a little while, and then finally they told him he had to leave. So I let him put it down at my hunting camp, And that's where he lived for, I don't know, the last 10 years. In a little shed. Well, we got an outhouse down there. We got an outdoor shower. And he happy as heck. Living in a 16 by 20, 10 mil. He got power. He's a ham radio operator. He got power and air conditioning. Uses, propane for heat, as happy as it can be. And anyway, about 3 or 4 months ago, he's getting on up there, and he said, get down to the hunting camp. You may be down there for 2 or 3 weeks by yourself. I got to take a swallow, guys. I hate to do it. The old vocal cords get stretched out when you get my age, and they don't come back that quick. Anyhow, so he moved his little house back to his stepdaughter's child, which is his step-grandchild. Yeah, I can't figure it out. Anyway, so they wanted him out there, so, they kind of look after him. And anyhow, that is Sir Otis Stephens, and you think about it. Did he live a rough life, or if you ask him, no. Man, the stories he can tell you, let alone, some I can, but yeah, it ain't what you got, folks. It's just how you make the best of the cards you dealt, I got something on my chinny chins here and there, lint. Anyhow, yeah, that's the story for tonight. Otis Stephens' great-great-grandfather was Alexander H. Stephens, And he went to grade school. He went in the front door and out the back. Didn't really complete the 4th grade, but, you know, who gives a rip, right? Thanks for watching. God bless you. Ed Kirkpatrick. Hope it makes you laugh. Hope it makes you smile a little bit. And no, don't start, sending me money for Otis or a GoFundMe page or anything. No, Otis is just fine living in a storage building. Yeah, he is. So, no. Anyway, God bless. Take care. Adios.